So I did the video that was LeBron was created by the NBA, and it got a lot of response, and I appreciate every single like and comment and everything that everybody had to say about that video, good and bad. I did not delete a single comment, whether you agree with me or not. It's actually, I did delete one comment. The only comment I deleted was a comment that said, "Who is this guy talking?" which is talking about me. He sucks. And the reason I deleted that comment, I'm like, come on, bro. You have people that commented on this video who spent time thinking about what I was saying and this, that, and the other, and they like did paragraphs and more than one paragraph, and then you gonna come on here, and to me that's disrespect to all those people that actually put thought into what they commented. So having respect for those people who actually took time out to actually comment on this and actually put a paragraph or two or three, and then you gonna come on here and basically just say I suck. Okay, no respect, gone. That's it. Now if you look at it, most of the comments were in agreement with me, which I don't really care about. I put my thoughts out there and I put this information out there, which, going off the comments, you guys have been seeing this from day one. And you know what though? It's a huge omission, which I didn't even think about. How the fuck can I leave out Kyrie Irving? I didn't even mention Kyrie Irving in when I was, just thinking about that video, because Kyrie Irving was a huge part of the LeBron championship. He was probably the biggest part besides LeBron in the championship in Cleveland. And I didn't even mention Kyrie Irving. Huge omission. That's on me. I'm taking full responsibility for that. But when you do these type of things, it's best to not have a script. I found that it's best to do some research, figure out what makes sense, and then you just go. Because I don't care what the topic is, what the subject is, nothing's gonna be perfect. You're not perfect. And it annoys me when people say that. But what I mean is, you're not gonna get everything right, because someone is going to bring up some minute detail that you missed or did not get. And I tried to respond to as many comments as I could. And I'm seriously, guys, look, guys and gals, I seriously appreciate every single one, even the ones that were negative towards me, because I'm open to a different way of thinking. But when you just come on here and say he's a hater, well, come on now. I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anything, because that's evil. And I'm the farthest from an evil person. But as you come on here and say he's a hater, tell me that I told a lie. Tell me that I told a lie, because if you guys don't understand, the NBA was directly involved in LeBron's life from about age 14 or 15. Because of what I said in the video. He showed some inkling of being able to dribble and shoot and cut and pass and all these type of things. Okay, so they said, yeah, we gonna do this guy. And on top of that, the narrative was pretty much set. He's a fantastic athlete. He's a big kid. Even at this age, we project that he's gonna be this and he's gonna be that. And he's a child of a single black mom. And if you know, in this country, you say anything negative about a single black mom, you could be canceled. When the results have shown that most of the prison population are a spawn of men that are raised by single black moms. So he can buck that trend. So the narrative is set. And he's from a town in the middle of America. He's not from New York City. He's not from Los Angeles, California. He's not from these places. He's not from Miami, Florida. He's just from some little formal industrial town in the Midwest in America, which where I live. I don't live in Ohio, but I live in the Midwest. You know, jobs done gone away and the middle class is pretty much obliterated. And the narratives are all set, which is my point. So yes, why wouldn't the NBA? Because their investment was minimal. You come into a kid's life in this way, 14, 15 years old, who has some basketball acumen, your investment is minimal. And if you can create what you think is the next Michael Jordan, would you do it as a business? Of course. It's a no-brainer. And as far as from a money-making, profitable standpoint, they've succeeded in that. And that's why they continue to ride this train. And in my opinion, they need to let this train go, because this guy is done. He going into his 21st season. His skills are clearly diminished. He can't do what he do. He's gonna be 40 sometime in December of 2024. Come on. And let's not even mention, and I didn't mention this in the video as well, the EPO allegations, performance enhancing type things, this, that, and the other. Does anyone remember Barry Bonds? Which, in my opinion, as far as performing enhanced, I don't care one way or the other. If this is what you gotta do, because when the baseball thing was going on and you had Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds hitting all these home runs, these things going 525 feet and this, that, and the other, I loved it. It was fantastic. These big, giant, roided up dudes blasting these home runs all over the fucking place. That I love that shit. That shit was fantastic to me, because you know why? It's all a TV show. It's entertainment. And it's kind of the same thing with this guy. It's entertainment, right? So the NBA created LeBron James from the time that he showed any basketball acumen at about the age of 14, 15 years old. And so they were directly involved in his life. I would even venture to say that they would make sure that there was no stable man that would be out front, because that would upset, if it was a real man, that would upset all of the plans and all the shit that they have. But you sit here and wonder, it's like, why are they still promoting some 39, 40-year-old dude? Skills are diminished. His team sucks. They won a championship during a pandemic in what they called the bubble, which most of the teams and the men that were there, they just didn't want to be there. I'm not going to say that they just quit during that particular championship. I'm just going to say that they just didn't want to be there. They wanted to be at home with their families, because that was the only time in their career that they could actually be home with their families. You know, saying that the circumstances suck because the world was pretty much shut down at that time, but you really can't focus and concentrate when you're in that type of environment, being an athlete. So, but I really do appreciate a lot of the comments. So I would try, hopefully I clarified some of what I said, because one of the commenters said, created in what way? I'm like, damn, I spoke for 14 minutes. Maybe I didn't clarify myself. And here's how I'm gonna answer that particular comment. And I've already actually answered it, but I'm gonna say it, and then it's gonna be it for this. From the time LeBron was about 14 or 15 years old, the NBA, the National Basketball Association, was directly involved in LeBron's life to make sure he stayed on basketball. He had the training that he needed. He had people around him, and so he can make it to the NBA, because the NBA has changed rules back and forth over the years as far as being able to come out right after high school. To me, the rule that you have to do 1 year of college only benefits college. It doesn't benefit the player at all, but that's neither here nor there. That's maybe a video for another day. So the reason that they were involved in his life from the age of 14 or 15 was, like I said in the video, when Michael Jordan came along, they did not create that, but they saw what Michael Jordan did. So once they saw what was going on, they hooked their promotion onto the Michael Jordan train, and then they start marketing him after they saw what he was. And it wasn't until it wasn't his rookie year when he was rookie of the year. In the second year, Michael Jordan broke his foot. And then the third year he came back, and then, pretty much the rest is history. But they was like, whoa, we've been trying all these marketing things with rivalries and all of these type of things. None of those things work. But we've seen that this guy in a Midwest city, which Chicago's very unique. Chicago is one of my favorite cities in the world, and I've been all over the world. It's a very unique city. Its placement in the country and everything like that. And the NBA was like, whoa, this guy's not in New York. This guy's not in Los Angeles, which is their two biggest media markets. But he's garnering all type of attention, and that's before social media. So the NBA studied all of that, and so why wouldn't they create? And they're doing it now. There's some 14, 15-year-old kid that we don't even know about yet that they're creating. But you know where that kid is at? That kid is in Europe. That kid is in Slovakia. That kid is somewhere overseas for the most part. And of course, you're going to sprinkle in some children from the United States that they're going to cultivate as well, because you do have to keep your home market. But the NBA's whole deal is expansion. Because here's how you got to look at it. When you have a guy like Nikola Jokic, he comes with a whole country. He comes with a whole country. A guy like LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, any of those guys, they come with their community. But you have a whole country behind you, and the NBA can capitalize off of that. Okay, again, look at it from a business perspective. Well, why wouldn't you do that? You would do that. But I guarantee you, the NBA is just grinding and trying to find the next Yao Ming from China. They're looking, they're trying. And I bet you there is some 14, 50-year-old kid in China that's about 6'5" right now at 14, 15 years old, who's just over there doing his thing in China. The NBA got their hands on him, and they're grooming him to be the next thing. And you know why? He comes with the backing of an entire country. You always have to look at these things from a business perspective. So comment, like, subscribe, share, and thank you for your time.